To begin, I would like to introduce Father John Girardi. He is the Vicar General of the Diocese of Green Bay and the President of the National Shrine.
Good morning, everyone. For over 163 years, the place where we are standing now and where I am speaking from has been an oasis of healing, joy, and peace. It was here on October 9th of 1859 that we believe that the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared to a young Belgian woman named Adele Brice. In part, Mary said, "I am the Queen of Heaven. Teach the children to pray in this wild country and pray for the conversion of sinners. Go and fear nothing. I will help you." From that moment, this place has become, for those of us in the northeastern Wisconsin, and for those more recently now in the entire world, a place of peace where people can bring their sorrows, their hopes, and meet God. The healing presence of Jesus is here. We all feel that this morning. We experience it. It is here where his mother Mary brings us closer to Jesus. Soon after the apparitions, which happened in 1859, a chapel was built on these grounds, and successively different chapels through the past years have been built. Every August 15th and every October 9th, there have been gatherings of the faithful here and people who are seeking God, and they've come to pray. This continues to this very day. About 12 years ago, Bishop David Ricken, the Bishop of the Diocese of Green Bay, on December 8th, 2010, declared that the apparitions of the Blessed Virgin Mary that took place here are worthy of belief. This was the result of an exhaustive study with 3 Mariological experts over the course of many years that looked into what happened in this place. And so for these past 12 years, we have believed worthily that the Blessed Virgin Mary did appear here. From that moment until the present, the numbers of pilgrims to this shrine have grown exponentially. This year alone, we've experienced 150,000 people who have come here. We expect soon that number to surpass 200,000. Already, this place is one of the most frequented locations in the state of Wisconsin for people from outside our area to come, to worship, to pray. Many people come here who are Catholic, but many of our brother and sister Christians also make a pilgrimage to this holy place. Individuals of different religions come here to pray, and men and women of goodwill also happen by to this place of healing and peace. Today, the shrine remains the first and only officially declared site of Marian apparition in the United States. This is indeed a very special place. It remains what it always has been, a place of healing, a place of peace, a place of holiness, a place where we can take the challenges of life to God and ask God to bless us and help us. It is here, in this unique and gentle way, that the Blessed Virgin Mary, over these past 163 years, has brought us closer to her Son, Jesus. And so, as we reflect on all of these things, we have a very special announcement today, and we're blessed to have Bishop Ricken with us to share this happy news of the next chapter of this holy place, this shrine to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Bishop Ricken.
Thank you very much, Father Girardi, and thank you all for being here this morning. This indeed is a happy and a momentous occasion that we're going today make a special announcement about a change that's happening in regard to our shrine. I would like to read a formal decree which I have prepared after lots of consultation and also checking with Rome and the appropriate offices there. about what's going to be happening on October 9th of this coming year. By the grace of God and the authority of the Apostolic See, I, the Bishop of Green Bay, decree the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help has been a sacred place of special devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary since October 9th, 1859. Whereas I formally approved and declared the apparition of 1859 as worthy of belief on December 8th in 2010, whereas having carefully considered the law and the facts, and having carefully studied the statutes of the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help, Incorporated, issued on December 1st, 2011, and whereas in 2016 the shrine was designated as a national shrine by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, and whereas having received acknowledgments from the dicastery, that means the department, for divine worship and the discipline of the sacraments in Rome on December 15th, 2022, stating that individual churches can by right celebrate the anniversary of their dedication as well as of their title with the rank of a solemnity. Therefore, at the Shrine of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Champion, the anniversary of her apparition will be celebrated as a high holy day, a solemnity, each year on October 9th, thus nurturing the devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary at the shrine, respecting the norms of Candelaria Particularia, which is a Latin term for the particular liturgical calendar. And given that our Blessed Mother's appearance to Adele Bryce was at a location here, Champion, Wisconsin, and in conformity with the proper terminology associated with Marian apparition sites of this level of approval throughout the world, I hereby, by means of this decree, make a change in the title of Our Lady of Good Help to the Shrine of Our Lady of Champion, given at the Chancery in Green Bay, Wisconsin, April 20th, 2023. So I'll explain a little bit more about that, but just before I do that, I'd like to unveil the new logo that you can look at, and it's right here. So that very simple logo helps us a lot to understand a little bit about what's happening. But I'd like to share a little bit about this process. This is not something that you do overnight. It takes time. And Rome has procedures and processes for this type of an approval, and this now, the step we just took as well, in order to make sure that people are on solid ground and not to call any question into what has happened here, but to help people around the world to know about it a little bit more. You know, Mary doesn't appear just as a supernatural reality. She appeared here as the Queen of Heaven, and I call it touching down, but that's not, she didn't touch the ground, but she appeared to this young Belgian immigrant here, right over in the chapel area where that is. That's where she appeared, and she was very concrete in the messages that she gave. I hope you have a chance to read those messages, and sometime we'll have a chance to go over them. They're very simple, all about children, catechizing the children, teaching the children, and going into this wild country kind of as a missionary to bring Jesus, to bring Mary, to teach them the sign of the cross, to teach them what's necessary for salvation and for the sacraments. So this is such a simple, beautiful message, and is it ever appropriate for today? And so it's really incumbent upon us to let the world know about this and to share that the Blessed Mother touched down here. She appeared here. They call that an apparition, but that word means she appeared here. So also the organization that I mentioned from Rome is called a dicastery. That means a department of divine worship and discipline of the sacraments. They help local bishops to make decisions. They also set guidelines and procedures for us to follow in the masses that we have. So what's the difference for us on October 9th? From now on October 9th, we will celebrate a special, beautiful Mass right here on the grounds, probably a large Mass, where we really thank the Blessed Mother for all she has done and is doing. Now, the Blessed Mother is not God. She is a servant of God, but she's also the mother of Jesus. That makes her the mother of God, because he was both God and man, totally. And so she is the best and the first of all disciples. If you want to go quickly to Jesus, you can go right through Mary, because she knew him better than anybody, and she helps us along the way. So in that beautiful Mass we'll have here right on the grounds from now on, that'll be our central feast day and celebration in honor of Our Lady of Champion. Why did I make this change? Why was this part of the planning, etc.? Because other apparitions throughout the world, let me mention, Our Lady of Lourdes in France, Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal, Our Lady of Knock in Ireland, those were all apparitions of the Blessed Mother, usually to young people, children very often, or young adults, as in the case here in Champion. Adele was a young adult woman, and she had come here because she wanted to help her parents to get established here. She had really hoped to be able to join a religious community in a town called Campion, which is French for champion. And when the people here in the community asked her what she would like a close-by community to be called, she said, Champion. So there's a lot of significance to the town, to the place, which is so insignificant in the ways of the world, but very significant as far as the fact that she came here. So this is very like her. She comes to young people, she comes in out-of-the-way places, and she makes a huge mark very quietly, very humbly, and one of the fruits that you know she's around is the gift of peace, healings that people report, wonderful ways she brings families together. Here it was the custom for young couples, when they would be engaged, they'd come before the shrine here and engage one another, ask one another to be engaged to marriage right here at the shrine. What a beautiful custom. So there's so many beautiful things that have happened here over the years, and this new stage of calling her Our Lady of Good Help by the title Our Lady of Champion will really help make it more concrete, which we're going to refer to this place now from now on, and it will have much more outreaching, respectability and outreach, and that's another reason we're doing that. So I think this will be very helpful, not just to people here, but around the world, to understand that this is a great invitation. Remember, Mary is not God. She's the mother of God. She knew him best. What better person to go to, whom we know is in heaven, than the mother of the Son of God? Phenomenal. So thank you all for coming. And I think Chelsea's going to lead us in some questions and answers, or ask for you for questions.